This is the 2013 Zero S that we're test riding thanks to CAF Engineering in Trinity. Right now, this is the longest range production electric motorcycle in history. It boasts it's 93% more powerful, generates 62% more torque, and yields 20% greater city range. And the best bit about it is you'll never need to visit one of these places again.
Okay, so it's got a Kevlar belt, so that means there's no chain and sprockets. There's no spark plugs, there's no filters, there's no oil, there's no petrol. So does all that equate to no fun? Well, let's find out.
I have to be honest, for someone who's been on motorbikes from the age of about 8, this is a really weird concept. It does take a bit to get past the whole no noise part of the ride. It's just quite eerie. As a biker, there's something actually quite nice about knowing there's an engine between your legs. You can feel it as well as hear it, so I can see why some riders will instantly take a disliking to electric bikes. But when you weigh up the pros, there's a lot of reasons to leave the petrol station behind and go electric. This bike really packs a punch. For what is essentially the early stages of electric motorcycles, the Zero S has 54 brake horsepower and tops out at 95 mph, which of course you're going to be doing on these roads. On a full charge, you'll get just over 100 miles out of it with city riding. That's not too bad when you think about it for an island like ours. But what if you wanted to go away? With France on our doorstep, it's only natural to want to head over and open the throttle. But is it wise?
Probably not. If you really want to go and see the views that France has to offer and put the miles in while you're away, then as soon as you hit motorway conditions, you're going to drastically reduce your mileage on the Zero S. The likelihood is during motorway conditions, you're only going to get about 60 miles out of the bike. That's around 100 kilometres. So if you're looking at going for a week away on one of them, the likelihood is you're really only going to get yourself from St Malo to Mont Saint-Michel and back, if you're lucky.
I'm currently in eco mode, which I'm going to explain to you. I know we're going up a hill slightly, a small incline, but if I take my acceleration off and drop the throttle, it can, I mean, there's some serious engine brake in there. I mean, not far off a complete stop. You know, if you were you're doing your normal commutes to and from work and you sat in traffic a lot, you'd have to sit there and wear away your brakes. You know, if you turn that into sport mode, I come to a line here, it's your standard, I guess, what you'd normally expect, and you have to apply your brakes. So that's quite a big difference between both of the modes, eco and sport, and yeah, I think it makes a big difference, and it kind of explains why. I know we were saying about the mileage that you can get out of these. You know, if you're sitting in eco, there is a big chance you could very much surpass the amount of mileage you could do. I had heard that you could, be pushing up to about 200 miles on this, and some people don't even do that in a month, which is a bit of a win-win.
Here in the island though, if you ever run low, you know you're never far away from topping up the tank.
So cloudy this afternoon, occasional thundery showers and the risk of mist or fog patches. Should clear though early this evening and then becoming fair or fine. The high today 22 degrees, a low of 16. That UV index pretty low at 4. Oh. We're off air! It's happened again, Chris! Chris!
So while that's happening, you can take time to play around with the bike settings on your mobile phone app. How cool is that? For island life, it's a perfect bike for commuters looking to A, save the planet one step at a time, and B, want to save some cash in the long run. Let's face it, petrol isn't going to ever amazingly be cheap again, and it costs around 0.01p per mile. So if you commute to work every day from, say, St Juan to town and back, that's 1p a day. 1p! That's crazy!